Alright, here we go. Deployment for Battle 2. I brought a very similar army to last time. I do admit to feeling a little bit bad about taking Macedon again. I was hosting, and I just chose Macedon out of habit because I knew he wasn't going to be Rome. My plan was to be either Macedon or the Seleucids, and if he chose Rome, I would be the Seleucids. And if he chose another one that's, you know, non-Rome, I would choose Macedonians because their Cretan archers can do a lot more damage than they would be doing to, say, Legionaries. But the funny thing is he did choose Rome, and I did once again take Macedon. I feel bad about taking Macedon again. I should have let him take the first pick after I did last time. But the reason I'm Macedon and not the Seleucids, even though he chose the Julii family, was because he just joined the game and set up his army rather quickly, as I recall. So I didn't really have too much time to form up my other army. So it's a similar army, a little bit different because now I only have 5 units of Royal Pikemen. They're still the same upgrades, gold, silver, 3 units of gold attack Cretan archers, and I have 5 gold companion cav. In fact, I think one might not be gold. I think one's silver gold, because I just couldn't afford the one extra upgrade. So because the deployment issue with YoYo's army, well, you know, peasants just to spectate, we do start off rather far away from each other. Just fast forward real quick to the main part. Right, let's check out his army. Brought a typical Roman army, commonly for outflanking. It looks like 4 units of urban cohorts, and then 1 unit of legionary first cohorts for morale, and like the urban cohorts really need a morale boost. But still, he has 4 units of archer auxilia, 2 upgrades, and 5 units of cavalry. And I did expect him to bring better cavalry, which is why I chose the 1 more cavalry unit to help counter that after the last battle. And he intelligently chose to bring more cavalry, better cavalry. But still, they're not super highly upgraded. They still only have about 3 or 2 upgrades each, and this one has 0. So it would be a harder cavalry battle, but it still seems like a winnable battle. Up his army, urbans first, of course, and rather than firing at the urbans, which the auto fire would typically like to do, I choose to fire at the archer auxilia simply because firing at the urbans can barely do anything whatsoever with their high armor. So, seeing that his cav force is focused on one side yet again, I move all of my cavalry, besides 1 unit, over to the left side, and I keep the 1 unit. Eventually I'll move to the right side, just like now, because he has this 1 unit of legionary cavalry here, and I don't want him flanking and hurting all my archers, because they are few in numbers, but very, very effective. However, they have the same range as his archers, because he brought archer auxilia, so the archer match is actually more so in his favor, actually. We're having a little skirmish, and we're doing a little standoff, and if you watch YoYo's live commentary, he put in a little standoff western music. I'll put a link to that, well, now, actually. And so yeah, just go watch his live commentary of the same battle. So we're just going back and forth on the archers. I'm just waiting for his cav charge, which is just what happened last time, and I'm anticipating him doing it again. So I'm moving up my companions kind of to tempt them and to remind them they're there and maybe start the cav battle. Seeing that nothing's happening in the infantry department, I'm going to move up my guys, hopefully to distract his archers while I pick away at them, but they still don't fire my infantry, or if they do, it's only for a little bit. They still focus on my Cretans very much. And I move up my cavalry with my infantry. at least on my right side. And here he forms into the wedge, so you can see he's going to start the cavalry battle only on my right side. And here he goes for the charge. And I go for the side again, and I'm going to try to sweep in like I did last time. However, it's not as effective as last time, and he kind of gets the side charge on me, which eventually leads to my gold unit of companion cavalry to rout quickly, which I was very, very surprised of. And just seeing that, it scared me a little bit. I didn't realize it was because of the side charge issue, because you can see they only have 3 upgrades, so I was like, how did that happen? Oh no. But rather than chasing them down, they're going to come back in after my archers, and I anticipated this, so I move up my royal pikemen. But they don't really catch up and do much. They catch him, but he immediately breaks off before I can kill any more than 5 of them. And he chases after my archers, which takes me out of the skirmishing game, which I kind of already was. I have barely any archers left. And here, what he wisely did was he moved his cavalry back here, kind of to tempt my cavalry, and my other cavalry came back, but to tempt my cavalry as he formed his charge. So I would be kind of misplaced, chasing him with these 2 companion cavalry while he goes in on my charge while I'm distracted, and also maybe to a flank, but I catch up to him with his companion cavalry before he can hit the flank. Still a very, very tactical move on his part. And he brings in a second unit of legionary cavalry to make sure everything's alright. He did not switch to his swords, and I guess neither did I at this point. That was a little mistake of mine and his, both of ours. Here I got my swords out, so did he. So I guess our micromanagement is a little bit off. Still, the cavalry battle is seemingly going my way, which I was very happy for after I got word of the other infantry I routed. So I route a primary amount of his legionary cavalry, and I'm going to sweep in, take out these last 2, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to begin the infantry battle. Or, actually, it appears I am beginning the infantry battle with a weakened army, because my 2 units of spearmen and pikemen are out fighting their own battles. They're just coming back in now after helping cavalry. So I form my phalanxes, and I pick my targets, and they're going to slowly move in as they throw their pila, which barely does any damage. They charge right into my phalanx, which probably wasn't the best choice. He could have distracted 1, he could have thrown 1 in there as a distraction, curved around for a flank, which would have been the best idea, which is typical for Romans. But instead of that, he just charges into it, and naturally he just gets somewhat of a flanking maneuver anyway due to his very large quantities of units. Another idea also would be to kind of skirmish with the Urbans, just throwing their pila, seeing how many they could take away with that before they begin the battle. But that's not what happened. So he moves around, trying to flank me with an infantry charge of archer auxilia, which does not go well for him at all. I flank him with my cavalry, and I hit the rest of his units, his archers, with my cavalry before they could do further damage, which kind of was unnecessary. They weren't really doing much anyway at this point. All my archers are gone, so there's really no worries. And seeing my men are getting surrounded, especially in the front part here, I am going to begin the cavalry charge, and at this point in the battle, I realize it's just about over. Because once you start getting their infantry distracted with your phalanxes and then flanking their infantry with your cavalry, usually it ends pretty quickly. Still, he has a very high morale army of urban cohorts and legionary first. So his men are going to stick around for a while. They wiped out 1 of my units of Royal Pike, and they're going to rout. And right here, I was afraid of a chain rout starting, because I have 2 of my units over here. I was afraid this unit was going to rout. It's already shaken. And, well, this over here, they're still okay, eager. Well, the general's right over here in battle, too, so they're morale boosted by that. But I was a little afraid of a chain rout, and these men are not in phalanx, which is another mistake. So it wasn't as over as much as it seems. It seemed, rather. Move them into phalanx, though. That starts that battle going in the right direction. And then the chain route over here spreads as I move my cavalry down, hit up his general unit, and they're going to rout shortly. once again, I'm sorry you can't hear any battle noises. I'd love to have that working again, but it's kind of on-off for some weird reason. But there they go. They're the general routes. I'm gonna sweep them up real quick. I don't remember if I kill them or not. Yes, I do. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, I guess my gem will die here. Huh. One each. That was weird. Still, it was a victory. Very good game by my opponent, LongLiveRome. I'll post a link to his channel in the description. And I'll see you next time. Oh, and before I go, I'll also like to mention that I am most likely going to be beginning a Rome Total War campaign. And hopefully it'll be interesting. It's going to be on a higher difficulty than the Shogun 2 Total War campaign, but that was only for fun with a friend. So, look forward to that, and I'll see you later.